and this is a national issue, right? Since Obama got elected, people are saying, well, we got a black president now, do we still need black schools? Okay? I know we do. You know we do.
Right.
But the thing is, it's not good enough now just to compete against each other. We have to be able to compete against, in Mississippi, the Ole Misses, the Mississippi states of the world. And if we could find a way to come together, my argument was, we'd have the biggest HBCU in America. It'd be 14,000 students. It would be the #1 research HBCU in America, and we'd have a fighting chance to compete at the highest level over time amongst the best schools in the state of Mississippi. And that was really the idea. But I never put it on the table. I was just having private conversations with people about the problems, and one idea that I had, and trying to say, look, let's get together and figure this out. But then, somebody decided to put it out there, accused me of being a conspirator with the governor, and said, I had to leave my job.
Well, no, we don't want you to leave your job.
Well, I don't plan on going nowhere.
No, don't go nowhere. That's always.
And look, I wasn't selling it. I was just telling it.
Right.
Okay, and that was it. Okay.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
This heirs money. Can you explain to people what's happened to all that? Where is that money?
Yeah, I can. Well, here's the thing with heirs. It's a couple of things. One, heirs, remember, gave us all these new programs, okay? And the programs actually cost more than the money the state gave us to run them. That's the first thing. The second thing is that they didn't build interest into it. So every year that money buys less and less and less, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the third thing is that starting in 2012, the money goes away. Mm-hmm. We got these programs that are underfunded to begin with for a school that's underfunded to begin with. So the heirs money that we get, we actually get the money, but we get the money, but it's not enough to cover the cost of the programs.
Now, wasn't that money supposed to be for the black schools?
Yeah, we get it. I think what you're talking about, though, is the endowment money that says that we have to have.
All I know, all of them.
Well, it's different parts of it. We get the program money. It's not enough, but we get it. The endowment money, we only get the interest off of it until we get 10% white other race students. But that's not a problem because we still get the interest, right? But then the third thing was this private endowment that folks were supposed to raise to plug the hole, but that hasn't happened. And when
that comes from who now?
That's supposed to be raised by the system, by IHL, and all the presidents supposed to raise money. But it was
an alumni.
Yeah, well, not alumni, their alumni. My suggestion was that, if they can't raise it, they ought to take it out of their endowments and give it to us. But that didn't go too far.
All right, now, before we're ready, you've heard from the president himself. Now, our lines are now open, and the number here is 948-5950, 948-5835. Now, I said before, we're going to ask you to call and be intelligent. I don't want nobody calling in acting silly, all right? Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, caller. You're in there.
Yes. I would have to ask serious questions, Dr. Mason.
Mm-hmm.
One of the questions is, why did Dr. Mason jump on board even after everything fell through the cracks? Why did he even introduce this? Dr. Mason does not understand the plight.
Are you going to ask the question now or are you going to accuse him? What you want to ask the question, let him answer it.
The question is, why did he even bring it up?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, understand, I never made any proposal. I never asked anybody to sponsor a bill. All I was doing was having private conversations, one-on-one, with alumni, small groups, with legislators about, what the challenges are that we have to deal with. And, to be honest with you, I'm probably a little more sensitive to that than anybody because I work with it every day. But I never, this proposal, this PowerPoint that was out there, it was a private PowerPoint. I only gave it to one person, and apparently they shared it, and then they put it on the street. So I never made a proposal. It's just an idea, and I tell you the truth, I understand now that it's an idea that nobody likes. That people would rather stay purple, green, and blue than come together and start a new black university. So I'm taking it off the table.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, call you on there.
Hey, Mr. Charles.
Yeah, go ahead.
How you doing?
All right.
This is Homeboy, man.
Yeah, go ahead and ask your question.
What I want to say, I wish they'd leave Jackson State where Jackson State is, Alcorn where Alcorn, and Valley and like it, because everybody is going to...
It's going to do just that. Don't worry. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, caller.
President Mason,
Go ahead, caller.
I have a question. I am an Alkanite, and my question is, why would you have conversation behind closed doors without involving the other Black Historic University president?
Yeah, well, I didn't have them behind closed doors. The truth is, I told my idea to the other presidents, but I also told them to stay as far away from it as they possibly could. Because I knew that, it was something that was going to cause a lot of emotion and a lot of anger, candidly, and I felt like I was better able to get through that than two new presidents. Now, the other thing is that I didn't do it behind closed doors. I sat in people's houses. Whenever I was with folks, I'd just talk about it.
The other presidents was involved in this conversation.
No, involved is not the way I'd put it. What I'm saying is that I told them I had this idea, and that was as far as it went. It's my idea, and I'm not going to put it off on anybody else. But I wasn't hiding the fact that I was having the conversations. I just hadn't made any public presentations on it because I knew that people weren't ready to have a public conversation about it.
Okay?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead, caller, you on the air.
Yes, I hate to say it. But can we get a federal audit in here, audit that those monies that's supposed to be allocated in all these different directions, even the tobacco funds? I truly believe that those monies have been stolen, and Haley, the governor, is corrupted. In some kind of way, he's trying to fix it before it becomes what I'm telling you all right now, known to the feds.
All right. Doc, what do you think?
Well, I know usually with federal money, there's always some federal auditor or federal report that has to be filed. I know, with the federal money with us, we have auditors all the time that we have to be responsible to. But, as far as I'm concerned, why not?
All right. Go ahead, caller, you in there.
Yes, you understand that we don't need three purchasing departments, three human resource departments. What about the three presidents? How are we going to choose between the presidents? So does that mean he's giving up his job?
Yeah, look, that wouldn't be my decision, just like whether or not the schools work together wouldn't be my decision. I've always said I think the difference is that between what I'm saying and the governor's saying is that I think black folk ought to decide. I think black folk ought to have the conversation and decide, what they want to do about the future of their schools. And then once they decide that, they can decide who the president would be. There's nothing personal in this nothing personal for me in this. It's just trying to tell the truth, taking the consequences of the truth. And either way, I just keep working, whether I'm the president or not. In fact, I've suggested that I'd be better off not being the president because I'm tired shaking hands and smiling. I'd rather work behind the scenes to help build a strong black institution.
Thank you.